In the present times, suicide bombing has emerged as a terrible manifestation of violence. The deadliest suicide attack took place in New York on September 11, 2001, when the famous Twin Towers were destroyed by a group of Muslim militants, resulting in the death of about 3,000 people. It is clear that Muslims occupy the top of the list of those using such deadly methods of suicide bombing. However, suicide is completely forbidden in Islam. According to a tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari, a Muslim fought bravely in a battle and was badly injured. But unable to bear the pain, he killed himself with his own sword. This was the first case of suicide in Islam. But rather than praising him for his valor, the Prophet said that he would be among the people of hell. This shows that under no circumstances whatsoever is suicide lawful in Islam. It is forbidden to the point where if someone is dying and it is certain that he will not survive, even in his final moments, Islam does not allow him to take his own life. How then is it that Muslims have established large organizations which train young people to carry out suicide attacks? The root cause of this is that Muslims think of the world as being divided between Muslims and Kafirs or non-believers. That besides Muslims, everyone else is Kafir. This mindset makes Muslims think that any heinous act may be perpetrated against supposed disbelievers. Moreover, the practice of takfir, or one Muslim declaring another Muslim as kafir, has contributed to the rise of sectarian violence within the Muslim community, so that suicide attacks targeting Muslim sects that are considered heretical have become common in many Muslim countries. This negative mentality of the present-day Muslims has led certain Muslim scholars to go to the extent of openly issuing fatwas or verdicts, claiming that suicide is lawful. To justify suicide attacks, they have even coined a new term, ishtishhad, which means to seek martyrdom. It is strange that the entire community of religious scholars has not openly condemned such evidently wrong fatwas. Another factor responsible for emboldening Muslims to carry out suicide attacks is a baseless belief that a believer killed in a battle becomes a martyr and therefore goes straight to heaven. This is undoubtedly a false belief. Islamic teachings clearly show that Muslims who kill themselves die an unlawful death and are never forgiven by God. Due to these misleading beliefs, deadly suicide attacks by Muslim militants continue to take place, even though the practice of suicide bombing has proved to be totally ineffective. The truth of the matter is that in Islam, life is so precious that it can never be terminated on any pretext. The fact that Muslims have failed to achieve any positive results from their violent activities clearly shows that Muslims do not enjoy God's help in this regard. Therefore, they must rethink what they have been doing. They must entirely abandon violence and engage in peaceful dissemination of God's message. This is the only way that they can deserve God's blessings.